by saying congratulations on the release. It's an absolutely fantastic EP, and I've had a chance to take a listen to it. So, and I have to say, it's absolutely wonderful. So, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're really looking forward to releasing the whole EP. Like, we just released the title track as a single with a music video, and the EP will follow in 3 weeks. So we're excited for that.
Now, we've been playing the title track on our show now for the last couple of days, and people have fallen in love with it straight away. So I was wondering if you could start off by telling us a little bit about that title track and what inspired that track.
Well, it's amazing news. Thank you so much for playing our track on your show. Yeah, it's actually, like, the song is already quite old for us. Like, I think it's been 3 years in the making now since we wrote the song. And it's a pretty special song to us because it was actually the first song where we were all in one room writing it together. And I really remember coming up with that hook, which is the chorus, or which became the chorus. And then everyone, sprinkled their salt onto it, and we made it our own. Because before that, usually someone brought in a whole song, and then we worked with that. And this was the first song to change that. And since that, we've been mainly writing together, which is a great experience.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about how the band first came together. There's a lot of people out there that for them this is the first track that they've been able to hear of yours. Tell us a little bit about the band's history and how you came together.
Sure. So we all live in Berlin, Germany, and it's really it's a bit of a funny coincidence because I'm German, I'm the guitarist of the band, I'm German, and everyone else is from Italy or France. So Leo, our singer, is Italian, and Victor and Altair, the bassist and the drummer, are both French. And we all came to Berlin to study music here, and this is where we all met, basically. And at some point, R3VO came into being by initially Victor's first. Like, Victor was the initial factor in this bringing the band together. He had some music written which he wanted to play, which was pretty heavy. And then he was like, okay, I need some people to join me on this. And yeah, this is basically how it happened. And since then, we've been this one incarnation of the group. There haven't been, changes in people. So.
One of the things that really hits me when I listen to this EP is there seems to be so many different sounds and genres coming through. How has the band's sound become so unique over that time?
Thank you. I mean, but we're still definitely looking at really define that uniqueness even more and find our own voice. But I think what's kind of, I mean, maybe not special, but distinct to us is that we, every one of us listens to different music, and then when we all come together and bring that, all of this different experience together, then it becomes really fun. And this is also, when I had that question in a couple of other interviews where they were asking what happens when we're on the road, what music we listen to, and it's really a really mixture of all kinds of stuff. Like, it could be Ella Fitzgerald, but also Gojira, and all of this together. I think all of this. I think everything that you listen to translates in what you are playing in the end, and it's kind of it plays a role. And so this really different blend, different mixture of everything is. When all of this comes together, then it creates this special thing.
Does that mean that when you're all the way writing as well, you never really know what you're going to, what someone else from the group is going to bring to the group as well, because you all have your own inspirations? Is that something that surprises you sometimes, what a song sounds like when somebody brings it to the group?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, more or less every time these days. Like, I remember bringing in a rather simple riff into the room, and then Victor and Altair took this riff and, transformed it into something completely different rhythmically, because I basically, as a guitar player, in that very song, I repeat the same phrase over and over again, and they take this and transform it into a much longer sentence with what they are doing. And then in the end, when Leo puts her vocals on top, it can still change around completely, and this is something that's super fascinating to see.
For a majority of the time that the band has been together, the world's been in a pandemic. What's that been like trying to form a fan base when you can't get out and do shows and things like that?
I mean, it's been kind of hard, you know. There were phases, you know. Obviously, we all really want to play live. I think this is also what, I mean, for me at least, this is what I've always wanted to do. You know, I wanted to play live more, and you know, then the pandemic hit, and you know, we were writing music, but we couldn't share it with other people, and of course, it's kind of devastating. But I think we made the best out of it, and you know, we produced music videos and new music and wrote music, and now this year we're at the point where we're really starting to play live a lot, and like I think we're at now 15 or 16 shows this year, which is a good start because like the years before it was only like 2 concerts a year because of the pandemic, so it's a nice growth, and now we're looking forward to what the future brings and hope to play live even more.
Definitely. Did the pandemic also make it tough for you guys to write and record music as well?
Not really, to be honest. Like, as I said, maybe more in the sense of motivation, because obviously when you write, you're always looking forward to share this with other people and not just keep it in your rehearsal room. But other than that, you know, we trust each other, and we just ended up spending a lot of time together, and trying to become even more professional. And I think we needed the time, you know, to grow as human beings and to grow together as a group, and you know, do all of this, you know, to make it just more professional, like, you know, creating a website, coming up with concept for music videos that are notch up, you know, all stuff like that. And that just takes time, I think.
Definitely. So tell us a little bit about what the plans are for the band now. Like you said, you're able to get out there and play live. Are you looking to do more shows outside of Germany? What's the plan going forward?
So, I mean, as I said, we are just before releasing an EP, which is pretty exciting because it's our first, you know, record and not just a single. And then for next year, we are definitely looking at recording our first studio album, which then could be out like maybe in the beginning of 2024, something like that. And hopefully next year we'll play at more festivals than this year, and get out of Germany also a bit, and more out of Berlin, and you know, all this travel aspect, that's super cool. And I think we have a kind of an advantage because we're such an international band, and as such, you know, I, as German of the group, I apply to German festivals, and Victor, as the French part of the group, he applies to French festivals, and we'll see where this goes. But it would be great to, you know, go more into this direction and establish ourselves even more internationally.
Definitely. Like you said, the EP comes out in a couple of weeks' time. Are you excited, or are you nervous about the EP coming out for all of your fans to listen to?
I'm super excited for this. I think it's about time, you know. The songs were written in the last years over a long period of time, and then we went into the studio in January to record it, and now it will come out in November, which is, I think, not even that long, but it's really about time to get it out there. And you know, it's interesting to get used to this rhythm, how long this stuff takes, because obviously in our heads, we are already, you know, in the next songs and in the first album, and it's you know, but now, like, to the outside world, it's time for the EP, and it's good to get this music out there. I'm really glad.
Awesome. Well, we're going to play the title track on our show again right now. So, is there anything you would like to say to all of the listeners out there, not only before they listen to Fireflies once again, but before they go out and grab the EP in a couple of weeks as well?
Thank you so much for listening and for the support. This is absolutely insane. Also, what happened with the music video on YouTube in the last days, we are at 150,000 views right now, and this is absolutely amazing, and we wouldn't really have imagined this, to be honest. So it's an absolute pleasure, and we are super glad of all the support you guys give us, and just thank you. We're looking forward to what the future brings.